Vehicles of War and Peace. Japanese Battleship Fusō. Game included World of Warships Legends. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and enjoy. Fusō was the lead ship of the two Fusō-class dreadnought battleships built for the Imperial Japanese Navy. Given a classical name for Japan, Fusō was laid down at the Kure Naval Arsenal on March 11, 1912, and launched on March 28, 1914. She was commissioned on November 8, 1915, and assigned to the 1st Division of the 1st Fleet on December 13th under the command of Captain Kozo Sato. The ship did not take part in any combat during World War I, as there were no longer any forces of the Central Powers in Asia by the time she was completed. She patrolled off the coast of China during that time. The ship served as the flagship of the 1st Division during 1917 and 1918. She aided survivors of the Great Kanto earthquake between September 9th to the 22nd, 1923. In the 1920s, Fusō conducted training off the coast of China and was often placed in reserve. On April 10, 1941, Fusō was assigned to the 2nd Division of the 1st Fleet. When the war started for Japan on December 8th, the division, reinforced by battleships Nagato and Mutsu and the light carrier Hosho, sortied to the Bonin Islands as distant support for the 1st Air Fleet attacking Pearl Harbor, and returned 6 days later. On February 21, 1942, the ship returned to the naval yard at Kure to replace her gun barrels, departing on February 25th. Together with the rest of the 2nd Battleship Division, she pursued but did not catch the American carrier force that had launched the Doolittle raid on April 18, 1942. Fusō and the rest of the 2nd Battleship Division set sail on May 28, 1942 with the Aleutian Support Group, at the same time as most of the Imperial fleet began an attack on Midway Island. In an effort to replace aircraft carriers lost at the Battle of Midway, the Navy made plans to convert the two Fusō-class battleships to hybrid battleship carriers, but the two Issei-class battleships were chosen instead. The ship was assigned to the Imperial Japanese Naval Academy at Etajima, Hiroshima, for use as a training ship between November 15, 1942 and January 15, 1943. Between July 18th and the 24th, 1943, the ship was at Kure dockyards for fitting of radar and additional 25mm AA guns. Fusō sailed from the inland sea on August 18th for Truk Naval Base, carrying supplies, and arrived 5 days later. The Japanese intercepted American radio traffic that suggested an attack on Wake Island, and on October 17th, Fusō and the bulk of the 1st Fleet sailed to Entawak to be in position to intercept any such attack. The fleet arrived on the 19th, departed 4 days later, and arrived back at the Truk on October 26th. Break. In early August of 1944 at Kure, she was refitted with additional radars and light AA guns. Fusō and her sister ship were transferred to Battleship Division 2 of the 2nd Fleet on September 10th, and Fusō became the flagship of the division on September 23rd. The ships were then transferred to Brunei to refuel in preparation for Operation Shogo, the attempt to destroy the American fleet conducting the invasion of Leyte. Fusō left on October 22, 1944, as part of Nishimura's southern force, heading east into the Sulu Sea and then northwest into the Mindanao Sea, intending to join Vice Admiral Takao's force in Leyte Gulf. The force passed west of Mindanao Island into the Sagara Strait, where it met a large force of battleships and cruisers lying in wait. The Battle of Sagara Strait became the southernmost action in the Battle of Leyte Gulf. On October 24th, Fusō, Yamashiro, and the heavy cruiser Megami spotted a group of 27 planes from the carrier Enterprise. A bomb from one of them destroyed the catapult on both floatplanes. Another bomb hit the ship near turret number 2 and penetrated the decks, killing everyone in number 1 secondary battery. The ship began to list 2 degrees to starboard. Early the next morning, Fusō opened fire after a shape was spotted off the port bow. It turned out to be Mogami. Fusō's fire killed 3 sailors in the ship's sickbay. 1 or 2 torpedoes, possibly fired from the destroyer Melvin, hit Fusō amidships on the starboard side on the 25th. She listed to starboard, slowed down, and fell out of formation. Some Japanese and American eyewitnesses later claimed Fusō broke in half and that both halves remained afloat, burning for an hour. But they specifically mentioned only the size of the fire on the water and not any details of the ship. Fusō sank, releasing a large quantity of oil which ignited on the surface as she went down. 10 crew members are known to have survived, all of whom returned to Japan. The total number of casualties is estimated at 1,620 sailors. Fusō was removed from the Navy list on August 31st, 1945. RV Petrol discovered the wreck of Fusō on November 25th, 2017. The ship lies upside down in 600 feet of water and is in one piece on the seabed, with the hull broken amidships from the impact with the bottom. The pagoda mast broke off during the sinking and is some distance away from the wreck. Thanks for watching.